Many years ago, I showed this plant on my channel. And honestly, it was just a small simple plant back then. But today, just look at it. So many flowers, so full, so beautiful. This is my Oxalis, also known as the butterfly plant, and in today's video, I am going to share exactly how this transformation happened and how you can get the same result. Let's start. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Green Thumbs Guide. If you love flowering plants that are unique and easy to care for, this one is definitely special. Oxalis is called the butterfly plant because its leaves look like butterfly wings and the flowers are just so delicate and pretty. Let me tell you about my journey. When I first got this plant, it was quite small and honestly, I didn't expect much from it. At that time, I didn't fully understand this care and made a few mistakes too. But slowly over time, I started observing the plants more closely, and that's when everything changed. Today, it has grown so well and blooming beautifully. I am so excited to share this journey with you. Meanwhile, I actually made some mistakes. Sometimes I thought this plant is killed, but yes, it's again come back because this plant is coming from bulbs and it has some dormancy period. So let me explain you everything in very detail so you can also care this plant beautifully. So start with the most important factor, that is light. Oxalis loves bright indirect light, but it can also handle a bit of gentle morning sun. In my case, I kept it in a place where it gets good natural light, especially in the morning, and that really helped it flowering. I kept this in the eastern side of my balcony. You can see this place where exactly morning sun comes and it gets filtered and bright light. Earlier I kept this plant inside as indoor plant near the window, but there it's not getting that much light, so I never get flowers that time. Whenever I keep this plant outside, it starts blooming. So now I understand light is the key. If you keep it in low light, it will survive, but flowering will be very less. Maybe you won't get flower. So now moving to the next point, that is watering. Watering is another important part. Oxalis doesn't like to stay too wet. I usually water only when the topsoil feels dry. This is a bulbous plant. It stores its food and energy in the bulb. So if you overwater this, its bulb got spoiled. So overwatering can actually damage the bulbs and stop flowering. So always remember, well drained soil and controlled watering is the key. But don't make it bone dry. You need to keep always this soil a bit moist. So use some cocoa peat or something. Let me tell you about the soil mix. That is another important factor. For soil, I use a very simple well-draining mix. Garden soil, cocoa peat, sand, perlite and vermicompost. This keeps the soil light and prevent water from sitting around the roots, and it will get required moisture. Now about flowering secret, it's the most important part, how to get more flowers. One thing many people don't know is that Oxalis goes through a dormancy period. At some point the leaves may dry out and disappear, and people think the plant is dead, but it is not. During this time I reduce watering and just let the plant rest. After a few weeks, new growth starts again, and that's when flowering becomes even better. Also, good light and controlled watering gives you more and more flowers. Now let me discuss about the common mistakes. Here are some mistakes I made earlier which you should avoid. First, I told you earlier, that is overwatering. When plants sometimes go to dormancy, you will think that plant is not getting enough water. You will water this plant and that will damage the bulbs. So don't overwater. Underwater is still better than overwatering. Keeping this plant in a very low light area, as I told you earlier, I keep this plant inside my room where it gets less bright light and it won't thrive that time it 2-3 leaves were there. Whenever I keep this plant outside my balcony, it starts blooming and new leaves are coming every day. So don't keep this plant inside your room where less light is available. And dormancy is the most important factor. You need to understand the dormancy period. And don't use heavy soil. Repetitively telling you that using heavy soil actually damage root system. So once you corrected this, the plant started thriving. About care tips, you can also remove dry or old leaves regularly. This keeps the plants looking fresh and encourages new growth. And honestly, this plant doesn't need too much attention, just the right conditions is enough. Just look at this flower, so delicate, so vibrant. This is why I absolutely love this plant. It's small, but it brings so much beauty to the space. So this was my Oxalis journey from a small plant to the beautiful blooming one. If you have this plant, don't give up on it. Just understand it and it will reward you with flowers. Let me know in the comments, do you have an Oxalis plant? Is it flowering? Okay, another things, these plants actually available in the nursery in very high price. So it's a little tip. You can also get bulbs of this Oxalis plant in very low price, maybe 10-15 rupees each bulb. So buy those bulbs instead of plants. Eventually that will grow and multiply and your plant will be bushy. Okay, so now bye for today, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Green Thumbs Guide for more plant care tips. See you in the next video. Bye till then.